Hey everybody, Tim here with my demon Little Bear for today's episode of His Dark Materials, Season 1, Episode 4, Armour. And you'll never guess what this episode's about. Like, did you guess what this was about? Yep, he's kind of a smart dog. He probably guessed. It's about the armored bears. Now, for those who have seen the Golden Compass movie or read the books, probably guessed that this episode's about Uric Bearnison, which I can't even say his name without a straight face, just because his last name is Bearnison. They say it with an accent, but and then I got Little Bear watching it. Like, what did you think, being a little bear watching the big bears? He thinks I'm dumb. So anyway, I liked it. I thought it was a good episode. Like, this one stayed more towards the book. Like, we didn't get a lot of the subplots going on until we got to the end of it. So we meet Lee Scoresby, the aeronaut. Now, I really like this show. I'm enjoying it a lot. That being said, and I try not to look at it as the Golden Compass or as a remake or anything like that. I mean, if anything, this would definitely outshine it. But the actor that plays Lee Scoresby is not Sam Elliott. Like, that was the character out of the entire movie that, made everybody else look dull. Because it's Sam Elliott. Like, come on. So it was difficult for me to kind of see him and be like, oh, you're not him. Especially because they went a much younger route. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Why are you going to sleep? And then just them talking about Uric and stuff like that. It was really interesting. I loved the line where we see Lee actually meet Uric, or not meet him, but go see him. Which I've said this before about the show. Like, we see so much other stuff kind of out in the background that we didn't actually see in the book, because the book pretty much just stayed with Lyra. So the whole scene where Lee and Uric talk to each other, and he's like, "Some people look good naked, you do not." And I was like, damn, way to body shame poor Uric. We find out that the bears have Azrael, Lord Azrael, which makes a lot of sense. And that was one of the big things about the movie that didn't make sense, is they kind of flopped those storylines. Whereas in the book, Lyra has Uric help her with going after the gobblers, and then they go after the Bear King, because he's the one who's supposed to have Lord Azrael. And so I'll be interested to see if they just follow the main storyline for this one. But we do find out that the bears have him, or that he is a prisoner at this point. We find out how the town gets Uric's armor, and how of course he gets it back, which that was very different than the book. So I liked the scene in the book where they actually say, where she tells him about the armor, but first he has to swear not to do anything. And then he's like, "Well, I swore that I would finish my job by sunset." And she's like, and he stands up and the sun's shining on him. And she's like, "Well, I mean, it's sunset down here already," because she's obviously so much shorter than him. And he gets down on his four legs and he's like, "Hey, you're right." And then he goes to get the armor. I was like, that would have been a great scene. I would have totally been down for it. And then, of course, just the ending scene where we see Mrs. Coulter meeting with the Bear King and promising to get him baptized as a Christian and stuff like that. Again, that's stuff that was seen or heard but not seen in the book. So I was kind of surprised that we actually got to see it rather than just hear about it. But overall, I'm still really enjoying it. I mean, we're 4 episodes in, and I think there's only 4 episodes left for the season, so it's moving pretty quick at this point. So, for those who have seen this one, what did you guys think? Are you guys watching it with your own little demons? If so, let me know. I'd love to see pictures and stuff. So, thank you guys for everything. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time for The Lost Boy.